Hey, welcome back, guys, to Toys in My Closet, and I am your host, Hebot. Today, we're going to take a look at the brand new Masters of the Universe Revelations Multiverse Trapjaw from the Kevin Smith Netflix TV series, animated series, to be exact. And as you can see, he comes in a deluxe package because he has multiple ways to display him. And this is what he comes in, and this is what he's supposed to represent first, the new aesthetic and style. So, really fast, let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see, it's still in the same style and aesthetics. Masters of the Universe Revelations Trapjaw. Mattel there in the corner. Netflix in the corner. In the top, it says multiverse. 30 points of articulation. And then when you turn it to the side, it says Trapjaw, the evil and armed for combat. Turn it on the other side, and you get a display of artwork that was done by none other than, I believe, Iman O'Donoghue. Really nicely done. As you see there, beautiful artwork. And in the back, we turn it around. It's the same thing with the blast effect coming out. A cross-sell of the new game figures coming out, which include classic Tila and new Revelation style Merman. His BIOS is right there. And then even on the flap, they have a little touch that when you open the flap on the top of the figure, like so, it says by the power of Grayskull on the inside. So the nice thing is, because they continued the same style and aesthetics for the box, basically for all you guys that want to keep it mint on packaging or mint on card, you don't have to worry, because the aesthetic and style is absolutely the same. So it looks good. It still fits in streamlined into your collection. So now what we're going to do is take a closer look at Trapjaw in his new techno gothic form. And here we have Trapjaw in his techno goth form, and this is like what happened to them in the future. They formed a religion based on technology, and these are the cloaks and the cloth that they wear in Revelation. And as you can see, we'll take a close look first at his face, which looks really, really nice. With his eyes with the red and the yellow. He has the silver in the top. He has the classic ring on the top, so he can glide and swing from across from one place to another. And then he has this hyper exaggerated and extended jaw from the bottom, which is like that and accurate in the show, because it's supposed to be like hyper animated, like an anime style. And you can open it up a little bit and have his face showing with his tongue, which doesn't look as good, but you can do it. I choose to have it the proper way, which is closed like this, because it looks cool. Then you see the cloth is made out of a nice rubber. You can see the details within the black and matte with the red and the little white outlines on the top of the shoulder. And you have that belt that is a separate piece with the silver and black. And you have this burgundy fabric, a real cloth made material that you put over on top, and it all works like a nice overlay. Then you see that you have his arm with the pin on the top, the green armband, and flat hand with one of his alternate hands, which is the hook. And you see it's a gunmetal silver. And then obviously going down to his knee pads, which are really big and supposed to be protective. And they go down like this. the back, and then the construction of his boots with gray and black. And this is what he looks like in his gothic form. But the real Triclops, or Trapjaw rather, that we all love and that we all want is obviously the classic. And with this deluxe set, the beauty of it is that you're able to make them and change them into classic form. So let's take a quick transition and let's turn them into classic Trapjaw. And here we have it, classic Trapjaw in all of his glory. And you can see he looks absolutely fabulous. And he obviously, you know, is keeping true to the aesthetic and look and style of vintage and classic. So if you see him, immediately you know who he is. You know that he's Trapjaw. And he looks great. A lot better than the promotional pictures that people were concerned about. And I can tell you that it really looks really good. Again, with the face sculpt, like I said, here you have much more range of movement where you can open his mouth like so. You see the wrinkles everywhere, making him look all crazy. Or you could lift it up maybe a semi amount like that, or you can show some of his teeth, or have it fully closed like that, the way that I said, which I don't mind either one. I think it looks really cool. And then if you notice that he has that nice blue with the piece around the shoulders, on his chest, going down with that blue metal black, the actual forearm guard in green with neon. He has the belt, which does go over the belt on the loincloth like the original, with the skull right there. You see that he has the little notches to put the other extra changing hook and claw for his arm. Then going down to his arm, you see he has, you know, the details on it with the gun. Although I feel like the, you know, like the metal or robotic arm is kind of small for this version, but since the proportions are more anime style, I think it works well. You see the details in his abs there, and then some scratching on the chest. Loincloth is that purple burgundy, a prune color, prune. Then you see on the thigh he has the classic green pants. And then the boots again, like I said, is the same. And then in the back you see it's a latch there, and it looks exactly the same. So he looks really, really good. And, you know, and he stands out really, really well. And I think that once you get him in hand, whoever was in doubt, you'll be pleasantly surprised and actually happy with him. Because that's how I felt as soon as I got him in hand. I was like, oh no, wait, this actually doesn't look bad. So, for accessories, it was what he had before. He comes with the cloth like that, like I said, separate piece. He comes with one interchangeable hand, which is flat, and that's like if they're praying. The belt that goes around the piece, obviously. And then the actual turban that comes from the shoulder, neck, all the way down, which is made of a nice, you know, sturdy plastic. And of course, you want to count the two separate pieces for his hands, which comes with all three. Then I guess those are accessories too. So, as far as accessories, that's what he has. So now, let's take a quick look at his articulation. For his articulation, let's start with the head, left, right. And then he looks down about that much. And he can pull up, he can look up about that much. Looks better and more up than he does down, to be quite honest, as you can see. As far as tilt, he has maybe not really no tilt, but that's okay, I guess. No butterfly on the shoulder. There's no butterfly piece. It's just 180 degrees on the shoulder, the biceps. They obviously turn there, biceps swivel. And he has the two pieces in the elbow. So what I'll do is I'll move it there and move it there. You see, there's a double elbow. Then for the wrist, it just turns. And this one hinges inwards and outwards. Now, as far as the other hand, he thankfully has more articulation, which I thought he wouldn't, like the way classics had articulation. So that goes completely around. He has the bicep swivel. He has a elbow, as you can see there, and really nice. And then, you know, the hand piece moves, which is pretty awesome, if you ask me. And he has that torso cut there, which, you know, gives you some movement. It's kind of hard. It gives you movement. They move around, but he doesn't really tilt. He goes forward a little and the back a little. He does have the waist swivel, so together he can fold over that much, and when you hyperextend them back, he does hyperextension about that much. So it's okay. You can get him some poses looking up if you really wanted to. As far as the split in between the legs, he does the trap jaw Van Damme split perfectly, with no issues whatsoever. Then he has the thigh cut there. He has a double on, and he almost touches his behind. Then he has here the rocker. He goes up this much and goes back about that much, which is a lot, pretty substantial. No toe articulation, and I believe, let me see, he kind of has a boot swivel. Yeah, he has a boot swivel. It's there. That's a boot swivel. Let me think. Yeah, that's a boot swivel. Yeah, he has a boot swivel. Oh, he has a boot swivel, which is great. It's awesome. So as far as his articulation, as you guys can see, he is really substantial with the articulation department. It looks great. So now what we'll do is we'll take a quick look at some comparisons, because we see him here with his weapons. So what we can do is you can switch it, since you guys seen what he looked like with the hook, and then just show you what he looks like. I'll take this one off with the claws and just slide it in ever so carefully, because it's kind of, you know, hard to put at first, so you got to kind of do it soft and gentle, like so. And there he is with that claw, and you can see what it looks like, as you see there. So very cool. So now let's take a look at some comparisons with other iterations of Trapjaw. Alright. So here he is next to Masters of the Universe Classics Trapjaw. And as you can see, that he is still taller than Classics, but the aesthetics and colors are still kind of different, because the Classics Trapjaw is more like a darker teal. He's more like a bluer teal. So, you know, we can bring him in a little closer and you guys can see side by side. Grab him and you can see for yourself right there. Look, I yellowed the eyes of my Trapjaw to make him look a little bit badass, but as you can see, you remember, if you open up the mouth, he has that ugly piece inside as well, which I don't know why people complain, because it looks exactly the same, it's just not as pronounced. So I always leave his mouth like this, the same way as I think it works with the new one, as you see. And you see that the proportions are obviously, and the classics are much more traditional, right? And they look really good as far as the aesthetics. But classics still played it kind of safe to be more in comparison and in conjunction with what they look like, in the original vintage, and obviously with a new, more articulated format, which were very vintage looking but modernized at the same time. So the Revelations is more like a hybrid of the 2000X mixed with vintage, obviously, and mixed with classics. So I really like the proportions on both. I like the articulation, and Masterverse just destroys what classics offers and makes classics feels dated at this point. So it really would have been nice to see a revision of this classics one with the type of articulation that the multiverse offers. And here is the brand new Origins Trapjaw, which I also have him as well. I don't have the vintage one, but there's the Origins. Then I have the Loyal Subject Trapjaw, which looks pretty mean and badassery. And then I have the Motu Mini Trapjaw. So those are the Trapjaws that I have on my disposal at hand. Now I do have the Filmation one, and I also have the wonderful detailed, which I think is still my favorite, and I still hope to see that someday form and fashion with the articulation that Multiverse is offering, which is the 2000X Trapjaw. He looked super badassery, even though he had the hyper exaggerated a mechanical arm. And I also don't have the Mega Construct because I'm waiting for the real color and scheme like this of Trapjaws with the little Mega Constructs. I know they have one that is from the comic color, which is like the neon green with the burgundy, I think it is. And then they have one that's Filmation style. And then I have the Filmations Super 7 one as well. But I don't have it at my disposal, so I apologize for that. But this is what I have in hand. These are the mini faces of Trapjaw. So now let's do some other smaller comparisons. So here I have them next to the GameStop 2-pack Pink Ranger exclusive Zeo Pink Ranger. Then I have them also to another exclusive, the Walmart exclusive Classic Color Marvel Legends Classic Doctor Strange. It looks wonderful. They really pop all the colors, very vibrant, very nice. But you see that the scales are always, pretty much different. That's 6, and this is more on the 7-inch range with the Multiverse. Some other classic characters, or some other comparisons that we can do here is we can bring in, the My Hero Academia McFarlane Toys Mafedo, I think his name is, which he's a very tall figure. And we can bring in the Bandai Super Dragon Balls Super Dragon Star Majin Buu, as you can see. This difference in scale and size. Then we could also bring in another figure like the Star Wars newly released Bib Fortuna. Awesome looking fig. I wish they would have did his robes. Instead of doing them in plastic, they should have done them in fabric so he couldn't have, limitation on his articulation, right? And then let me bring in the brand new Diamond Selects Lord of the Rings Stridor. She's another 7-inch figure. You see he stands a little taller than Trapjaw. And to compare him to some other Motu, we're gonna bring his ultimate, ultimate line. You can't have a trap jaw without his boy Triclops. So this is the multiverse Triclops standing right next to him. And the NECA Retro Cloth, my Bloody Valentine's killer. As you can see there, he's a little bit taller, but he's a retro cloth. Looking really cool. And so yeah, those are some comparisons. So now let me go into my final thoughts and, to end the review and let you know what I think. So there you have it, guys. There is my review, my unboxing of the brand new Masters of the Universe Revelations Mattel Multiverse Trapjaw from the Netflix series from 4 by Kevin Smith. And yes, he's a little different. Yes, he's a little hyper animated, but he's still very respectful to his original vintage look and source material. He very much feels like what we've seen and what we saw in 2000X, which I know a lot of people probably didn't like, but I love, because it was a mature version of the character. No longer felt like, the goofy and very old school style of these vintage and origin style, because the origin is very much like the vintage, or very close to it. And that's not all offense to any of my fellow He-Man collectors, because I grew up with the toys before anything else. Back in 81, 82, 83. I think it was around that time. So, I love He-Man, and I love to see new iterations of it that's done well. I don't like the new He-Man and the Masters of the Universe animated series on Netflix. I really think that's a disrespect to the series and the actual line, even though I know they're trying to target kids, but I don't like all that propaganda that they're pushing also on there. In certain things, I think it's unnecessary, it's not needed. So I don't appreciate that aspect either. But I think that this figure is absolute must, and you're going to love it and not have any regrets to have them in your collection. If you're able to find them, because right now he's still kind of hard because he's new still, obviously. But I got him in Entertainment Earth. He went on sale, I think it was. It said available. He went on sale. I think it was for a whole day. He was on sale for a whole day. So I picked it up. I was able to get one. And to be honest, I should have grabbed two, because I would like to display them with the other look and outfit as well. Because it's not too bad either. And it works well with the way they executed it. With, the whole changing aspect of it. It almost feels like that they added and implemented those the play style of playability that we had, or the girls had back in the day in the vintage with She-Ra. So, but instead, you have it with these Revelations. So, yeah, guys, I give them a thumbs up. You should get them. Definitely put them in your collection. Let me know what you're thinking down in the comments below with the thumbs up. If you like, a thumbs down. If you didn't like, share the video with someone you think might like it. As always, guys, thank you for those that continue to support me in this channel, because without you, my channel can't be sustained. And it won't be where it will be today, or wouldn't be where it is today, or where it is today. For you that are new to the channel, if you like what I'm doing, you enjoyed it, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. And if you decided to subscribe, it means the world to me, because I know you don't have to. But remember, since you did, I consider you now part of my family. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I am on Instagram under C_respect. And I'm also on Twitter under @mosthistorian with a capital M and a capital H. All the other words, lowercase, and all one word. You guys, like I said, if you ever want to make any donations or want me to review anything on my channel, I'll be more than glad to do so. It would be an honor. Just hit me up on one of those DMs and we'll work out the particulars. But if you guys want to help me directly in my channel to help it grow, make it better because you like what I do, I will tell you it will go a long way. It's not necessary. It's not obligated. But if you do, it will go a long way. And it will be much appreciated. You can do so with my PayPal and my Patreon information down in the description below on my YouTube channel once this is up. You can, as you know, my YouTube is HeBot with a capital H and a capital B. So guys, this is your boy signing off with another episode of Toys in My Closet. Keep collecting, have fun doing it. I hope you enjoyed the trap jaw as much as I did, because I think you will too. Sincerely, from the bottom of the heart. Keep collecting, and be careful and be considerate while you're doing so, having fun. And as always, be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, guys? So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.